Hello and welcome to Drum Forest Drum Gaming. I am joined by the lovely Jaime,
Hello.
and as you can see, we've gone for some Rainbow Six Siege today. Haven't played this in a while.
Yay, Rainbow Six.
So yeah. So I can't find my way in.
I don't remember how to crouch.
Either C or Control. C.
Whoa! Oh, I'm not good at this game anymore.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing great either. So Jamie,
Oh no, yeah.
I had a question for you. What are your views on the Pokemon games?
They're super duper good. They're the best games ever.
Yeah, you enjoy them?
Yeah, they're good.
Nice. I am also
one
a
of
fan.
the games that I've played kind of always, like from when I was younger, even to this day, kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. It's a game that I have definitely always played. Someone is down up the stairs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, everything's just going horrific.
I died ages ago.
I'm trying to get to this person. Ah. Server connection gone, apparently.
Yay.
Well, that went well. But yeah, no, I'll agree. Sorry, back on topic. Yeah, no, I'll agree. It's definitely been a game that I've played since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
I still play them today. I love them. I've always really enjoyed them. What would be your favourite of the Pokemon games?
I enjoyed Moon.
What, the most recent one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, no, actually, I think X, like X and Y, were my favourite.
Nice. So you're more of a fan of the more recent games then?
Yeah, only because when you look back on the old games now, it's like, you know, they look really old. And
Yeah,
I'm more of a fan of just the way they look now.
that's fair enough. I have invited you, by the way.
Yeah,
Oh.
I forgot it kicked you out and I went into a game on my own.
Ah, no, I just saw you play without me. Thanks.
Yeah, it's okay, I've joined you now.
That's cool. Right.
Fine.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, I won't lie. I don't hear a lot of people say the newer games are better, or are their favourite. Sorry, not better.
Really?
I don't. People always seem to find something wrong with them. X and Y. I found a lot of people say that they actually found it a little. What's the best way to put it? So I heard some people say that it was a bit long in certain places.
Oh.
And like the intro was quite a long one, which I kind of agree with. It was quite a long one on the intro. I won't lie. Because like if you remember, you get your first Pokemon, and then you get given a second Pokemon, and things like you get given two Pokemon. You get given the starter Pokemon from the region, and then like about maybe 5-10 minutes later, you get the first generation starter Pokemon that is weak to your starter.
I don't really remember, to be honest.
Yeah. So that was always interesting. But what I thought we'd do is we're gonna just talk about the core games, just the main ones. And I thought we'd just go through them generation by generation, game by game, and just sort of say if we enjoyed anything about them, things like that.
Cool.
So first off, we'll go right from where it all kicked off. Pokemon Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green. Now, these were...
Alter, du Penner, Mann! Bist du eigentlich bescheuert oder was?
Yeah, no, that is good. I'm gonna mute that guy. Good for you, buddy. I can't find anyone because I'm really not paying attention to the game right now.
No, it's hard to pay attention when you're talking.
But yeah, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green in Japan came out in 1996.
Oh.
And then we never got Green. We got Pokemon Blue and Red a couple of years later in 1998. And then we also got Pokemon, the special edition Pokemon Yellow, also in 1998. Might have been 1999. I can't remember off the top of my head now. But we got that a little bit later. And they were awesome games. Like, they were the first. They were what kicked everything off. I have not found an enemy. Can't find them. Oh, look, I found one. Now I get flashbanged. Flashbang me. Get. So yeah, so they kicked everything off. They kicked off the gaming world of Pokemon, which was awesome.
Oh. Okay.
So obviously there was a couple of things about that game that I always found quite entertaining. One of the main ones was obviously there was two glitches in that game.
Okay.
Two main glitches that a lot of people know about. The main one is obviously the missing no glitch, which was an empty Pokemon slot left in the system. And if you spoke to the dude who taught you how to catch Pokemon, fly to either Seafoam Island or Cinnabar Island, and then surf up and down, you come across Missing No, which was just the empty Pokemon slot, and it would also duplicate a particular item in either your 6th slot or something. I can't remember off the top of my head, which was quite cool. So people used to get crazy amounts of Master Balls or rare candies and things like that, which was all very entertaining. And then the other glitch, which always makes me laugh, is, you know, the move Focus Energy. Now, Focus Energy is, of course, meant to be a move which makes your critical hit chance go ×4. So it's 4 times the chance of originally getting a critical hit now. In the original game, due to a coding error, it in fact quartered the chance of getting a critical hit. So
That's useless.
in the original games, if you use Focus Energy, it was a hindrance, because you would be 4 times less likely to crit the enemy. And that's just something that just always made me chuckle. I just always found that was quite entertaining. But yeah, so that always made me chuckle. Always made me chuckle.
I had Pokemon Red when I was a wee child.
Yeah?
I very much enjoyed that game. It was very good.
Yeah. And then next came Gold and Silver, shortly followed by the Special Edition Crystal. Now those were my favourite generation. I absolutely loved those games. They upped the games just so much in a general sense. Oh, there's so many bombs there. Like, due to the fact that obviously it then suddenly came onto the Game Boy Color rather than the original Game Boy, the picture quality and everything increased exponentially, which was of course awesome. You had color, which was always nice, instead of just like general single colors of sorts. And they also brought into it Pokemon genders and breeding, which was always quite cool. So obviously you could breed your Pokemon, make other Pokemon, baby Pokemon.
I used to love doing that.
And that was always quite a cool little feature. And they also made the happiness aspect more of a thing. Now, a lot of people think that happiness was originally brought in gold and silver, but in fact, the happiness system was brought in yellow.
Alright, okay.
It just wasn't expanded upon as much. But if you remember, little Pikachu used to follow you around, and in yellow, and you could talk to him to see how happy he was. That was where the happiness system first came in, first generation, and then they just expanded upon it to make it in help towards things like evolutions and stuff like that in the second generation. So that was always quite cool. I quite liked that. So Gold and Silver was released in 1999 in Japan, and then 2001 in Europe. And Crystal was released in 2000 in Japan and 2001 in Europe. One of the main things that I absolutely loved about the second generation was the fact that once you'd finished the first 8 badges, you would then go back to the original region of Kanto and you'd do the original 8 badges again.
Cool.
Which I loved. So it was just like 2 games in one. And then you'd go and fight Red, the character from the first game.
That's pretty cool.
And that was just epic. I loved it. I couldn't complain about that one. And then Pokemon Crystal was also the first game to have movable sprites in it as well. Which was quite cool. Whenever you came across a Pokemon, it had a little animation. And that was the first one to do that. So that was quite cool. Do you remember playing the second generation games much?
I think I had Crystal.
That was also the first one where you could be a girl.
Oh. Maybe I didn't have that then. I don't remember. It was so long ago, back in my youth.
So then we had the generation of the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah!
Awesome console. Loved that. And with that came Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire.
Oh, I loved Sapphire.
Which was released in 2002 in Japan, 2003 in Europe. So tell me, what did you like about Ruby and Sapphire? Let me know. Tell me.
I don't know, I really liked the story of it. I liked the legendary Pokemon. I was just really into that one. I don't know, I just feel like it was one of the ones that took it from being like them earlier games where they were a bit more basic. And I just felt like they expanded it more. I just felt like it was a lot better overall.
Nice. That's fair enough. I mean, I also really enjoyed the Ruby and Sapphire games, and then the special edition Emerald, which came out in 2005 in Europe, as well. But I really enjoyed them. Obviously, due to the massive increase in hardware power with the Game Boy Advance, I say massive compared to the Game Boy Color, it was fairly large. The sprites, the animations, everything looked really nice and clean. I always remember. But also, Ruby and Sapphire and Emerald were the first games to ever show your character having a dad.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He was the 5th gym leader. And yeah, you actually have a dad in that game. Oh, we looking for a hostage? Oh my goodness. I was just going around trying to find people to kill. I need to pay attention. Pokemon's just more exciting. But yeah, so that was always quite cool. And also it included double battles.
Ooh.
Now, I loved double battles. I really enjoyed double battles. There was just something about the concept of having 2 Pokemon nailing the opposition's 2 Pokemon that I really enjoyed.
No, yeah. It is a good concept.
So yeah, I loved that. And Pokemon Emerald, actually, once you beat the game, you then got a thing called the Battle Frontier. Which was similar to more gyms. You had to. It was more similar to the battle tower that you get in all the games, where you beat a certain amount of people and sort of thing. Except this time, like, you would beat a certain amount of people and then you would fight the Frontier Brain, they called it, and you'd get a little badge. and you had to do
Oh.
each one twice, and I think there was 8 again, so you got 16 extra things from that. So that was quite cool. But also Emerald was quite entertaining because the main story focused on the 3rd legendary Rayquaza.
Yeah.
They made it so you could catch Rayquaza before fighting the Pokemon League.
Ooh.
But they had it so that Rayquaza was still level 70.
Cool.
So you could kind of just, even if you'd like squirmed your way through to that point,
Yeah.
you could still take out the Pokemon League pretty easily with just Rayquaza.
I mean, that seems like a bit cheaty, really, though.
It was, I think it was something they definitely overlooked.
Yeah.
I think they definitely overlooked that slightly. Because, the amount of people who, I mean, there were some people who did squirm through the games, like, quite under-leveled sometimes, and then they'd get to Rayquaza, they'd already have a Master Ball, and they'd be like, oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
I'll catch that guy, and now I'm going to go beat the League in seconds. So that was always quite entertaining. So then 2004, worldwide, was the release of Fire Red and Leaf Green. Now, did you ever play those?
I didn't.
Now, I did. I actually played Fire Red before I played Ruby and Sapphire, would you believe?
Alright.
And, as I'm sure a lot of people out there know, it is the remake / remaster of the original Pokemon Red and Blue. And it was a great game. It looked nice, like it was neat, it was tidy. The sprites all looked really good. What are we doing? Hostage, right? Hostage. I know this now. The sprites all looked really nice. The graphics, the moves, it was just awesome. And then it was also, I think, if I remember rightly, the first Pokemon game where when you beat the Pokemon League once, they actually get stronger for the second time around. Which I thought was quite cool. And it was something that I remember when I first played, I was not expecting. So I went in to just kind of train up my Pokemon and was like, oh, I can't beat these guys. Like, they've suddenly got stronger. So that was quite a cool little nifty thing. And then they just also generally expanded on the original games by adding another area called the Sevi Islands, which just added a little bit to the storyline, lengthened it up a small amount. But yeah, so I really enjoyed that game. Really neat, really good looking game. But there isn't really much to say about that one. It is what it is. It's the remaster of the original games. I would, if you haven't played it, I would really recommend playing it, Jamie.
Yeah, I actually might, because like I said, I enjoyed Red, but it's just, dated now.
Yeah, I would
So
really recommend playing it. Are you kidding me?
oh no.
The butthole decided to drop a load of grenades on the extraction point.
What an idiot.
Yeah, you can. I mean, obviously, I don't condone this, but it is available on emulators and stuff. So a lot of people play it on their phones and things. I remember I used to in college.
Cool.
So if you've got the emulator, you can easily get the ROM for it. As I said, I don't condone this, so don't do this, Jamie. I am not telling you to do this now.
Don't do it, kids at home.
I'm not telling you in any way that you should go and get the ROM for it and play it on your phone, because it's great fun. I'm not saying that. I repeat, for anyone listening, I am not saying that. I do not condone it. So, due to the fact that this episode has gone on for quite a long time, I'm actually going to do this in 2 parts. So I'm going to stop this episode here. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a like, share and subscribe. And yeah, we'll continue. Me and Jamie will be continuing this next week. So join us next week. Take care.